We are opening today. Today's opening day for baseball countrywide. Everybody said worldwide, but that happened a couple weeks ago in Japan. But today, day one of 162 for Major League Baseball for most teams outside of LA and Chicago. Welcome to another edition of the All Sports Matters podcast. I am your host, Amir Sharaz Ortiz, Mr. All Sports Matter himself, aka Poppy Ortiz 02. Welcome. How's it going? How you doing out there in social media land? Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Got to bring it up here on TikTok. We'll be starting here shortly on my page. Hey, it's a good time to be alive. In the sports world, baseball is in the air. Some games already have been completed. Played and completed this morning. Yankees are 1-0. The main reason why I got this jersey on is day one. I do not sleep with this jersey on. Just want to let everybody know I have a separate outfit for that. But either way, neither here nor there, but I am not alone. 1-0 Yankees. I'm going to throw that out there all day. Also wearing his baseball attire is Mr. March Madness himself, he is anticipating the Florida Gators reaching the Elite Eight this evening, even though JB will say otherwise. Mr. Fleck Moore, Mr. March Madness himself, welcome to the stage. How's it going?
What's up? What's up? How you doing, brother?
Doing all right. Doing all right. It's a rainy day here. It was the opposite. Like, I'm glad the games did get rained out, but I had to go get the kids in the rain, so I had to watch the game on my phone. And like 2 innings, worked it out. They almost had to walk in the rain. Long story short.
It's supposed to rain here this weekend, so that weather that you're getting today will be here by Saturday.
I was debating whether, because when it's sprinkling, you might not the kids okay, they're gonna walk in that, but it just started pouring around 2:30. I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna have to go get these kids, because if I let them walk home, I know the wife will be mad at me. So, what's going on, Leroy?
What's up, Harding?
The Red Sox are currently in a battle with the Texas Rangers. Just want to throw that out there. Hey, sound enthusiastic all you want. Third place is not a bad place to be if you get a bronze medal. But either way, we're moving on. Baseball is in the air. We're not here just to talk about baseball, so stay tuned. We're going to try to knock out some March Madness. Some few notes of football. We had some signings this past week. Do the Giants do they need another quarterback? Do they have to draft another quarterback? As Russ, we'll get to that eventually. Just trying to go through the lineup of what we're covering today. And there's about 10 games left before the NBA playoffs. So we'll try to break that down as much as we can. You got us here for a little bit, but 3 is never enough, but it's enough today for our producer to come online wearing his deferred cap. LA Dodgers deferred LA 8. It's not Louisiana. We don't have a Louisiana, baseball team.
They don't.
What is the Zephyrs? Somebody has a minor league team called the Zephyrs out there somewhere.
We had a minor league team called the Zephyrs, and then they changed it to the Baby Cakes. But
Baby,
what?
Baby Cakes?
What, it's sponsored by a strip club?
King Cake Babies. Yeah, I think they were the minor league team for the Astros. I want to say.
It's possible. Anything is possible. Look, minor leagues is weird. You can play in California. All your minor league teams is playing in Pennsylvania. Like it's weird. Minor league team.
They were in a Brewers affiliate.
Brewers.
The Milwaukee Brewers.
That's it right there. That's good stuff to know. I didn't care that much.
Well, it makes sense because you can't have baby cakes without beer. So I want to throw that out there.
You know what? That is.
We just want to throw it out there. Please don't shoot the messenger. But either way,
You ain't lying.
Everybody's chasing the Dodgers, right? At this point, we're not going to start off with a lie. The Dodgers are the new evil empire, as they've been called. Everybody used to hate the Yankees back in the days, but if we're being honest, the Yankees never bought one. They tried, but they never actually won paying their players. Hey,
Excuse
look it up.
Excuse you?
No. when they dominated the '90s, all those are minor league players.
Mm,
Because when they started bringing in Darryl Strawberry and Roger Clemens and all these other guys, they didn't win.
Mm.
They didn't win. They tried.
Yeah, they single-handedly kicked off the steroid. Never mind. That's a bad take. Don't worry about it.
No,
And everybody still hates the Yankees because they're the Yankees and they suck.
that was Balco in San Francisco. Just want to make sure we throw that out. We throw out facts right here. Don't listen.
Yeah, that's why I say never mind because you had
he is
you
not
had big
he is the
you had Big Head Bonds and Mark McGwire and Sammy
Yeah.
Sosa with the cork bat
That was Balco. They were out of San Francisco.
with
But anyway.
the A's, right? Oakland.
No, the San Francisco Giants. But yeah, but Oakland, yes, is who he. It was right there. Oakland,
Right across the base. So it was right there.
It was right there. And they used to, man. I read them books. They had mules and everything. Like they had people drop them off, stab them in a bathroom stall, and before they got out on the field, yeah, they would. They'll stab them in the ass and they'll just go play baseball, hit 3 home runs, and be like, "Hey, what you want for dinner?" Like before it didn't happen. But either way, that was good times in baseball.
That sounds way more graphic than it needed to, sir. Meet them in the bathroom, stab them in the ass, go get some home runs, and then go get some dinner.
Maddox once says,
"Man,
chicks dig the long ball." So I just want to throw that out there.
You catching this too, right, Fleck? Because I'm just trying to make sure I'm not
staying out of that.
No, Fleck is
I haven't said anything. I'm staying out of it.
He's confused on something else. I was just about to ask him that. He's confused on something else.
No. This shit was wild. I was.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening right now.
Do y'all not know how steroids work?
I mean, I know how
they work. I didn't think we needed to give a class on how they work right now, though.
The way this story was going, it was going all types of ways. I didn't know what was happening.
We also want to tell the public that we do not condone the use of steroid use in any type of environment, including sports. Just do what we all did, to trip the person next to us. But either way, we're going to move on. I'm gonna go to you, Fleck, because I'm not going to ask this question to the actual biased person. Can anybody beat the Dodgers?
As it stands right now, it's the Dodgers and everybody else, as much as I hate to say that.
Right.
As it stands right now.
I agree.
Maybe the injury bug bites the Dodgers this year. I don't know.
The issue with that, I don't mean to cut you off. The issue with that is they have 3 people per position that they can just fit it in. They got people on the roster that they're not even hurt. They're just sitting out.
Just there just for injury.
And then got top players in the minors.
Yeah,
they're there just for injuries.
They can't get into the
Clayton Kershaw's not hurt. Dustin May is not hurt. Those are 2 starters that they're not planning on using until God knows when.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, right now it's the Dodgers and everybody else.
I mean, and last year they had the injuries too, so
you have all those teams that are in that second tier, the Yankees, the Braves, like that are in that second tier. But yeah, right now it's the Dodgers and everybody else.
Well, the second tier is going to come out, and I'm going to go to you on this one, JB. The second tier literally comes out from that National League by itself. And I'm want to discuss the National League East, where you had the Atlanta Braves, Philadelphia Phillies, and the New York Mets, who spent over $700 million for Juan Soto. They got blanked out today. But talk to me out of those 3 teams to include your own division, the Arizona Diamondbacks has some good pitching. Because that's what you're going to need to shut down the Dodgers, good pitching with Zach Gallen and Corbin Burns. And then you got the San Diego Padres, who can hit the ball a ton. So talk to me out of those teams.
They're hitting it right now.
Who might be?
And I was actually when you posed that question and you went to Fleck because you said I was gonna be biased. I mean, I get it, but when you posed that question, the team that I thought of immediately was the San Diego Padres. I mean, they always play the Dodgers tough, and like you said, with that hidden, yeah, they can always on any given day they can be a problem. And I talk massive noise about the Braves, and they were a huge part of the turn last week. But the Braves they have a decent enough team where they might be able to make some noise depending on the time of the year it is, because the Braves always do this thing where they start off kind of slow, they get strong, and then they get hurt, and then they kind of slow down and build right back up right before the playoffs start. But they don't get fully healthy in time to make a strong push in the playoffs. So depending on what time of the year you play the Braves, they might be an issue for you.
Well, the Braves starting the season off without two of their top players in Acuna and Sean Murphy,
Which
catcher.
is kind of sucks. That does suck.
Two starters, but I think the Braves are better off resting Acuna early.
And no Strider.
Say again?
Who?
I said, and Strider's out until.
Yeah. That's a hit.
He'll be back before Acuna, but they're both out. Probably young and MVP candidate.
All three of them being out is a huge hit.
You don't want to rush back pitching for sure. You don't want to do that. But the Braves still got enough pitching to get by the National League. So they got the new kid, Schwellenbacher, whatever his name is. He came out of nowhere last year, and he's been a number one. So,
and I'm not really worried about Sean Murphy missing time right now. That gives us a chance to see what Drake Baldwin is about. He's a catcher that they're high on. So,
and we're not talking about the rapper Drake who changed over to baseball by any means. We're talking about an actual young kid named Drake Baldwin. We want to make sure that Drake wasn't hiding out playing baseball. I just want the public to know who's still about this rap battle.
Atlanta like picking up Drakes. Somebody on my feed said Stros. We don't. Astros still.
I didn't hear that because they didn't bang on the garbage can. But either way, National League, are we expecting the Dodgers to go back to the World Series?
Yeah, I think so. And not being biased is they spent a lot of money and they brought people in and now you got Shohei back on the mound too. So I think it's like Flex said, is Dodgers and everybody else at this point. But it's a long season and anything can happen. And the way things been going on with my teams, injury bugs will hit real fast and things will go south. So just stay tuned.
Leroy said Dodgers can be beaten in the game. Yes, they cannot be beaten in an actual series.
True.
Juan Soto has just struck out to end the game. The Mets suck again. Either way, we're moving on. We want to keep
looking like a true Yankees.
Keep this roller coaster moving. Since you did bring up the Astros did beat the Mets today 3-1. American League, the Yankees already starting off on a bad note, losing Garrett Cole for the season. Giancarlo Stanton might be right behind him for the rest of the year. Rookie of the year, Luis Gil, is be out until July. So they're down two pitchers. They're down a power hitter. The second toughest division in baseball, because I'm going to say the NL East is number one. The AL East, I believe, is number two. With a close third is the National League West. But that East of the American League has the Baltimore Orioles, who are pitching deficient. The Yankees will always be the Yankees, and they'll figure out a way to be competitive, quite possibly winning the division again. We don't know how, but they certainly always in the mix. And the Boston Red Sox, who, if you look at their roster, I'm going to have to agree with my BFF and his comment he made earlier. I believe they say, top five offense, top five defense. I'm going to say defense. Defense, they were bottom of the league last year. They got a long way to go before they get there. Just signing Alex Bregman doesn't make them top five. Moving Devers out of third base does make them way better. So I meant that much. But imagine facing a lineup that the Red Sox throw out there all day with Jared Duran, Rafael Devers, Trevor Story, Alex Bregman, Tristan Casas, Rafael Cedeno in center field, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing one or two. And it's a shame that I know the Red Sox lineup on top of my head. I hate it. I hate myself for that. But who do we have coming? I said Trevor Story.
Goodness
who do we have coming out of the American League? Fleck?
Right now, I mean, baseball is such a marathon that, like, yeah, I can give you a name now. Probably your Yankees. But I mean, who saw the Orioles 2 years ago doing what they did?
I did.
Last year doing what they did.
I did.
I'm just saying you sit there and watch baseball in your sleep though.
I do.
So you don't count when I'm asking who saw that.
I do.
Because you probably saw that 12 years ago.
No, just a few years ago when they drafted Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holliday, Adley Rushman, and a few others in the first round every year. They got talent.
The point being, the casual fan 2 years ago wouldn't have thought the Orioles were going to be what they are. They've been the last couple of years.
No, I don't. So I'm gonna hit you something that, and I'm coming to you next, JB. I'm gonna hit you with something that people didn't think, and this is to make your point that you just made, Fleck. American League playoff last year had 3 AL Central teams make it. How crazy is that? With the Cleveland Indians, Kansas City Royals.
You can't say that anymore. They're the Guardians.
I just said that, didn't I? What did I say?
The Indians.
Cleveland Indians.
I'm sticking to it. I'm not apologizing. Mr. Wahoo, Chief Wahoo is still in my heart. I'm not apologizing for that.
You said it for Bob Uecker.
Other side. That's Milwaukee Brewers.
No, he was on I'm talking about from the movie.
Yeah, Major League. They used him for that, but yes, you're right and wrong, but right. In real life, he was the Milwaukee Brewers announcer, not the TV announcer for the Major League team. The Astros have lost Verlander. They have lost Alex Bregman. They have lost Kyle Tucker.
I think the Mariners come out that West anyway.
It's going to be tough. It can go. Mariners got the best pitching, but their hitting is not going to be up to par. Nobody can touch them pitching wise. Gilbert and Castillo, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing one. Logan Gilbert. I said Gilbert. They got a 3-headed monster. I can't think of the third name right now, but yeah, their pitching are being incredible. I'm telling you, I am leaning towards the Texas Rangers coming out of that West. World Series champions just 2 years ago. So I think they'll stay out.
Bryce Miller.
Bryce Miller, yeah. Who was the other one you said?
Hancock, Emerson Hancock.
No, he's I think a second-year player. But it's I'm missing somebody over there that's was a former Cy Young winner. Could be Robbie Ray, maybe.
With the Rangers?
No, the Mariners.
Their other starting pitcher is Brian Wu.
No, it has to be Bryce Miller then. Bryce Miller, they won like 16, 17 games last year too. So they got it. They got some good pitching over there. But they're led by Mr. Consistency and Luis Castillo. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we got. I'm asking the public who they got, whoever's watching. We're trying to breeze through this. We understand baseball is not everybody's cup of tea. So we're gonna try to move on. I'm hoping the Yankees can hold on and just be competitive enough so they don't fall too far back, because that division is going to be brutal. Never count out the Blue Jays, who can hit for days. They don't have pitching. And can't count out the Tampa Bay Rays. They don't have a home due to the hurricane that passed by. They're playing in Tampa and the Yankees AAA facility. The Oakland A's are also playing a AAA facility in Sacramento. So just a couple of baseball notes to keep in mind if you ever was to see one of their games and it looks like a little bit off, it's because they're playing in AAA fields, not a major league.
The
A's got to do it.
George Kirby?
Yes, that guy. Kirby. That's who. Yes, that's what I was missing.
This is why you have a statistician on.
Yeah, that's why he was on it. That's why I was there. I know I was missing one guy. It is Kirby. He's their starter. He's their opening day starter. I thought they would go with Luis Castillo, but it's George Kirby.
He's on the IL.
Is he?
Castillo, yeah.
No, Kirby is.
He's starting on the IL?
Yeah, he's on the 15-day IL.
Oh,
Elbow.
nobody's better than the flamethrower Paul Skeens. Too bad that their team just sucks. Sorry, Pittsburgh. But either way, we're going to move on. Speaking of Pittsburgh, I did this by accident. For they going to sign a quarterback?
Probably not. Depending on what old AA Run wants to do, holding them hostage and causing them to miss out on veteran quarterbacks.
Yeah, you crazy as hell if you waiting on AA Ron. That's
It's funny. Their backup plan was Russ. Russ said, "No, screw that. I'm not going to keep waiting on y'all. I'm going to New York."
They messed up by letting Justin Fields go. Not Russ, but Justin Fields.
They messed up by not signing either one of them. Like he wanted to.
Well, we knew. I don't mean to cut you off. We knew that Russ wasn't doing another friendly contract like he did last year.
But he did do a friendly one though. $10.5 million for Russ. That's cheap.
But it can go up to 21.5.
It's still cheap when the going rate for a quarterback is $40 million.
He did that, but he did that in New York. He wasn't gonna do that again in Pittsburgh.
I think he would have done it in Pittsburgh. Maybe not 10.5, maybe 20 to 25. That's still cheap for a starting quarterback.
I thought they should have kept Justin Fields. He knew the offense. He was good enough.
The issue
Fields was out on them. I think he was like, I don't think he liked the way they did him when Russ got back healthy.
The issue
they were playing good with him.
The issue with Pittsburgh wanted Matthew Stafford. When he decided to go back to the Rams, that's when they decided, okay, well, we want Justin Fields, and he was like, nah, y'all can't want me now. And they
was Pittsburgh in? I didn't think Pittsburgh was in on Stafford.
They were trying to
trade.
It
was the Giants that were like really going after Stafford.
Pittsburgh was going after him.
I didn't think it was Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but yeah, they were going after him when he decided to re-sign with the Rams. They decided to make the push for Fields and were like, all right, Fields, we go behind you. And he was like, nah, I ain't gonna be no second fiddle again. But they kind of talked to Russ right at the beginning, and it was like, we'll see what happens with everybody else. That's what they told Russ.
Stafford was down to the Raiders and Giants.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think the Steelers were ever in it.
That's who Stafford's agent went out and publicly said.
Right.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm not saying they were initially inquiring about Stafford, but at the end of the day, it was down to two teams, but it was still up to Stafford if he wanted to move.
Mm-hmm.
So the Raiders.
I think everybody who needed a quarterback initially was after Stafford, to be honest. But yeah, I thought like toward the end it was. I knew the Giants were one. I forgot about the Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders were in it too.
Well, the Steelers still need a quarterback. Making news this week. Got something to say, Fleck?
No, go ahead.
Making news this week was the signing of Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston to the New York Giants. Winston was happy for a good 24 hours. And 48 hours.
He just knew he had to do it.
I think Jameis knew he wasn't being signed to be day one, the week one.
He thought he would be the only vet, and they were going to draft a rookie quarterback.
He couldn't have thought that. Not taking $4 million a year.
Do you know what goes through James Winston's mind? Is the hamster wheel up there?
I don't know. I think at this point in his career, anyway, he knows that, you know what I'm saying, he probably only going to be good spot starts. He's not going to be, a top anybody. He's not going to be QB1 for anybody right now.
If you had seen James Winston for the Super Bowl, that dude crazy.
But no, I mean, I like what the Giants did. I mean, even if they decide to go out and get, Shador if he's there at 3, that's still good. You don't have to rush him onto the field.
Man,
they learn behind Jameis and Russ.
They best bet is to go and grab what's his name?
Well, that's what I said.
Travis Hunter.
No, I think the Giants are out at quarterback in the first round.
The reason I say that they would be smart if they did go get Shador, to be honest with you. Like, I know I initially said Travis Hunter, pairing him with Malik Neighbors, but think about this. You got Russell Wilson in your quarterback room now, so you're probably not going to be picking, in the top 5 next year. And you're going to need a quarterback here. You don't have a long-term solution at quarterback. Go get Shador. Let him sit behind Russ and Jameis for a year. Give him the keys next year. Because otherwise, what are your options if Russ goes out and wins just enough games to put y'all out of range of the top 10 to be able to move up to get a quarterback? Like,
Basically, what happened?
huh?
Basically, what's gonna happen?
Right. That's why I would go ahead and take Shador at 3, or you know what I'm saying, if that's who you feel comfortable with.
I'm not sold on Shador. I'm just not sold on Shador to be a third pick overall type quarterback. I'm just not. I can't. I'm not sold on that.
But again, what happens if Russ goes out and wins?
I understand that. Guess what? You got the second and third round to look at Jackson Dart, which I doubt he.
If you're waiting on Jackson Dart to be there in the second or third round, you probably won't get him.
You still got a Quinn Ewers. You still got Will Howard.
I'm not sold on Ewers at all. I'm not.
But these guys had good camps so far, so we'll see. And like you said, that kid from Louisville has been doing
it. But as if you go out and get the dude Shao, however you say his name,
Shallow,
SHOUG, yeah. Him. If you go out and get him, you're not. He's not going to be the developmental type because he's already older.
But my thing is, if at the end of the day your only problem is getting a quarterback because you didn't draft a Shador, which I don't think is going to pan out right away anyway, I'm okay with playing this game again next year, building that team up, and then a quarterback will eventually be available somehow, some way, because they always are. And I'm just not sold on Shador being a third overall. That's equivalent to them doing it all over again when they drafted Daniel Jones at 6.
Titans been looking for a quarterback since Vince Young's rookie year. He had that one good year, rookie year, and yeah.
But they've also passed on a lot of quarterbacks throughout.
They haven't been in range to get any of them. That's what I'm saying. The only time the Titans had range to get one was the year
Lamar Jackson
came out.
And they had Lamar Jackson.
Huh?
Everybody could have had Lamar Jackson. Everybody.
And Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but no, we couldn't have got Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was number 10.
Yeah, Patrick came out 10.
Oh yeah, because
Lamar Jackson, yes, but
Ryan Tannehill was.
We had for better or for worse, we had just gotten Mariota. Mariota was still under his rookie contract when Lamar Jackson got drafted.
I'm saying everybody had
two quarterbacks under a rookie contract. That ain't a bad idea.
But I'm saying we were still trying to figure out what Mariota was.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to go draft another quarterback.
I like the public to know that everybody is still wondering what Mariota is. Just
every single person.
We still don't know what he is.
I don't understand what the hype was when he was in college, but the Titans just knew they had their guy, so they got their guy again because they just get what you call it from the Giants.
Tim Boyle is now the number 1 quarterback.
Let's go
right now.
Let's go Tennessee. I love that for them. I love it. It's so amazing. They're doing big things.
All signs point to Cam Ward going first overall. You got to be okay with that, right? You got no choice, right, Fleck?
The closer we get to the draft, the more I'm okay with it. Yeah.
They said they're willing to trade that pick for three number 1. So,
and if they want to do that, I'm okay with that too. This is one of those ones where they can't mess it up. Either they take Cam Ward, who's the consensus number 1 quarterback, they trade down no further than 3, 4, and still be able to pick up whoever don't get drafted out of Abdul Carter or Travis. Like they can't mess this up.
The only team is coming.
They'll find a way to mess it up, though.
I mean, they can.
The only team coming up at this point, the only team, are the Raiders. The Raiders are the only team that's coming up.
They're not coming up. They got Geno. They're not going to come. They're not going to give up what it's going to take. Hold up. They're not going to give up what it's going to take to jump the line to 1 and have the Titans fall back to 6 and fall out of range of the I'm calling them the big three, either Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, or Travis Hunter. Those, if we can't come away with one of them three, this was a bust for me.
Yeah, and so they won't. So they'll stay at number 1, and they'll draft Cam Ward at number 1. I don't see a trade happen.
That's what I said. I'm okay with it.
I'm not seeing a trade happen unless they're offering Brock Purdy and a number 2.
We don't want Brock Purdy. No,
you don't want Brock Purdy.
I'm saying, because that means the Niners pick what, 11th?
Yep.
We don't want that.
But you got a starting quarterback. And some more draft capital.
We don't want it. No.
The whole point of the draft is for you guys to get a starting quarterback. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, and that we're gonna have to pay $60 million.
You gotta pay somebody $60 million eventually.
Now, if we get a rookie,
eventually,
okay. Eventually, let us worry about it.
Brock Purdy's only getting 45.
Let us. He's the going rate.
They offered him 45, and he didn't take it. Right. He wants somewhere between 48 and 50.
We're not the Titans aren't in a position right now. We're not a quarterback away from being Super Bowl contender, is what I'm getting at. So it wouldn't make sense to go out and trade for Brock Purdy, who if we're going to have to turn right around and give him $55-60 million, and the rest of the team ain't championship material.
I mean, it's the Titans. It's something that they would do anyway. So,
oh Jesus,
it's not my fault that that's something that the Titans would do.
Who do y'all see? I'm talking to the public now. Talking to the public. Who do y'all see going? What team is staying at number 1? Is it Tennessee and they drafted in their quarterback and Cam Ward? Or do you see a team coming up via trade and coming up? At this point, I don't see anybody coming up.
Somebody said take Genty.
What? Oh, Genty, he'll be a top 10 pick, but they're not trading up for him.
No.
I'm
hearing tells that the Saints may be looking to try to trade up to that one spot. I don't know how true it is, but
what happened?
Huh?
Why you think it's not going to happen? They have first round picks.
Their pick this year is what, 9?
Yeah.
Low. And then what else are they going to give us?
Two other first round picks and Derek Carr.
They know Derek Carr is not.
Nobody want Derek Carr. We got Will Levis. We got Will Levis. We got Derek Carr light.
I'm gonna need you to pipe down Assassinus. I said the Saints already know Carr is not their guy. Who said they were giving up Carr?
Jim just said it.
Did you?
I did.
No, he's not trade capital.
That's who I was responding to, sir.
My apologies. I didn't hear Jim's comment, and I'm glad I didn't, because that's just ludicrous. Carr is on his last leg.
It's the Saints and the Titans.
The
Saints are just dumb enough to try to pull that on somebody.
But
that's what I'm saying. And the Titans may be dumb enough to take it. I don't know. I doubt it. I hope not.
But
that would just be.
I can see the Saints. That's a team that needs a quarterback, a future quarterback.
They definitely need
a talking about Homer. What is he talking about?
Because they took they took great value Patrick Mahomes and he did nothing.
Yeah, he got the opportunity to really play, and he didn't look good at all.
Did not at all, sir.
So yeah, I can definitely see that. The draft is literally a month away, so we'll see how that goes between now and then. Earlier we talked about Boston and their baseball team. Let's talk about Boston and their football team. Starting this week, they picked up Stephon Diggs to pair with Drake May. I think they got a young wide receiver that the name is not coming to mind right now.
Ooh.
Boyd, the wide receiver for the Patriots. They had a rookie last year that stepped up. He looked pretty good. The Patriots did. He's a good number 2. Put Stephon Diggs, assuming he can get healthy at number 1. Hunter Henry still look like he's a decent tight end. Patriots Ramondre Stevenson. They rebolstered their offensive line, and Drake May looked like a hell of a pickup.
Stevenson can hold on to the ball.
Are you talking about Booty?
Patriots.
Who?
Keyshawn, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Keyshawn Booty?
Yeah.
That's the only person I think that you could be talking about.
Yeah, that him. He's a good number 2, number 3 type wide receiver. Patriots, on paper, looks like they can contend. I'm not saying they're going to win a division. It's a tough division. Buffalo, we never know what the hell we're going to get with Tua. And Justin Fields and the Jets. Talk to me about that division as it stands right now, JB.
I'm interested to see what the Jets do. Honestly, they got a new head coach in Aaron Glenn, so he go bring some fresh perspective in there. You got Justin Fields in there who links back up with his favorite college target, collegiate target in Garrett Wilson. So let's see what they can bring out the gate. That the defense go have Aaron Glenn written all over it. He defense, right? Yeah. So we go. I'm interested to see what they bring to the table, but you still have the Dolphins. You don't know what you'll get out of those receivers. You don't know if Tyreek Hill really want to be there, or if he just figured he'd walk back his statements because he wasn't able to find a trade partner. So you really don't know what you'll get with the Dolphins.
He walked back the statement because he's about to have his 13th child.
See, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anytime you have more children in the year than you have touchdowns, and I saw a post earlier today where somebody posted they top 20 wide receivers and they had Tyreek Hill at number 14, and the person was like, "How you don't have Tyreek Hill in your top 10?" Because Tyreek Hill was trash. What are you talking about, sir? Tyreek Hill had 4 touchdowns. He did nothing of note for real. So besides go on the rant saying that he was done in Miami and then walk it back. So that's gonna be an interesting one. We all know that the Bills are still gonna win that division. They gonna win over there because I mean, who else they got? The Patriots might make some noise. The Jets might make some noise. I do think I think that the Dolphins are at the bottom of that division right now.
Dolphins at the bottom. Is that dependent on Tua? Is that I'm afraid I'm gonna have Fleck answer that. You think is that based on Tua's health?
If Tua's healthy, they're not finishing below the Jets. I don't know. I mean, I'm the Jets are moving in the right direction, but I'm not sold on them. And JPP hit it right on. Fields can't throw, and he's throwing in weather now. Like he's gonna be throwing in weather in New York. Like no, it's Buffalo in that division, and then everybody else. And that's the way it's going to be until Tua can stay his butt on the field. It's the Bills and everybody else. The Patriots are coming up. I like the moves that they made this year. I think Vrabel's going to turn them around, but it's not going to be instantaneous. It's the Bills and everybody else right now in that division. And y'all know how much I hate the Bills, so it pains me to say that.
Nobody likes the team from Canada, but they the best team in that division. So
we spent years joking around. Is Josh Allen not top 10? Is he top 10? Not top 10? Every other game it changed, but he proved last year that regardless of the talent around him, top 10 quarterback, top 5 quarterback. We got to give props for props to do. We like to throw shade, we like to throw hate, but I will mumble in and say, he's good. But we're going to move on from the East and go out West. As I think right now the 49ers keep losing players. They just lost another one the other day. We don't even know how to pronounce his name, but he's not in San Francisco either.
What, a tight end?
What is going on?
The tight end who wasn't he wasn't even with the 49ers last year. They just said former 49er because he wasn't with them last year. I don't know where he was last year.
Well, he didn't want to play with y'all this year. So
I mean, good.
What is going on in Santa Clara with the San Francisco 49ers? See, it's a thing. They
purging big contracts that they got into when they had a rookie quarterback and a quarterback on a rookie deal, and now they got to pay a quarterback a real salary. So now they trying to tighten up the books in order to get to pay their quarterback.
But did they not know this day was coming?
I mean, they knew. They definitely. Yeah, John Lynch was like, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. And I mean, you did all that, and you still you took cap hits with 3 people you cut, and with Deebo Samuel you traded. So you still behind on the cap because you took those big hits. At some point, you got to come to it. It's gonna come to a head. So figure it out now.
I want JPPS. Come on, Cameron.
Where are the 49ers?
And Santa Clara.
In the division right now. Again, right now.
The way the NFC West is lined up, you have 3 teams and then the Cardinals. So
damn.
I think the Seahawks, the Rams, and the 49ers is all at this point tied first, and then you have the Cardinals. The Seahawks is kind of up in the air because you have what's up, John Marshall on YouTube chilling.
On YouTube. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, the salaries did come home to roost. But yeah, the Seahawks, you got to see which Sam Darnold you getting with the Seahawks. They don't have DK Metcalf right now anymore. I'm about to say right now they don't have him anymore. So they might dip a little bit because they lost a lot of the stuff that they had going on. So you still have the Rams with Pookie, and now they have Adams, and then you have the 49ers. So 1 and 2 will be the Rams and the 49ers in no particular order. Then you have the Seahawks and then the Cardinals.
So not even so
You can't get on Facebook, JM. All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you, brother. Yeah, that's weird.
Is it because Rob ain't on? But I shared it to the group, so I don't know.
Well, also, if it's not public, if the video's not, I made mine public. The one that's on
mine is public too.
Yeah,
mine's public too.
Yeah, I don't know.
It should be fine. We can blame. You know what? We gotta blame the government for today on that one.
That's what happened.
Mr. Favo. We'll blame
Musk did it. I know he did.
We'll blame Mr. Favo.
But he was saying,
yeah.
No, but I was saying you just said Seattle and all their deficiencies, and you still putting them behind the Cardinals?
No. The Cardinals are at the bottom. Cardinals 4. Cardinals 4. Then Seattle. Seattle is over.
Put him ahead. You said behind. Putting him ahead.
Okay, putting them ahead of the Cardinals.
Yeah. Your question you said behind. Yeah, putting them ahead. He's putting them ahead of the Cardinals.
I appreciate you for doing that translation, Amir, because I was speaking Spanish apparently.
All we BSing though, had the Cardinals did anything on free?
They did nothing.
But they haven't lost anything either. That's my point. Like,
but they weren't good enough to contend.
They weren't good. They still
came out and get a wide receiver last year. They go out and get another receiver. They already got Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison. They go out and get another receiver. Hold up, let me cook. They go out and get another receiver. They still got James Conner. You would, I don't know. For me, like not knowing which Sam Darnold we're gonna get, not having DK, all the points you made for why Seattle will finish behind the 49ers, who lost like half of their team. I don't know. For me, that right there alone would tell me that, hey, I'm putting Arizona ahead of Seattle, behind the Rams and the Niners.
Marvin Harrison, as big as he is about as soft as one-ply toilet paper.
Dude, it was his rookie year. Like
you touch him, he wasn't coming up with the catch.
He went from being able to physically dominate these college kids to trying to do that in the NFL. His dad gonna get in the lab with him, and they're gonna figure that out. I guarantee you.
I hear what you saying, Fleck. And yeah, I get what you're saying, but I think the Kyler Murray factor.
You need to figure that out.
What happened?
Oh, I was just reading one of the comments. Kerry Bates said, "Man, I wish I could call in." I said, "We need to figure that out."
So I to help
Yep.
you out, JB, and I'm going to cut you off. I'll go right back to you. I'm going to try to help you out a little bit. So it comes down to Purdy, Kittle, Ayuk against Kyler Murray, Trey McBride, and Marvin Harrison. Which three would you rather have? This is what the discussion is coming down to.
Why is
So
it coming down to that when I
This is
said
real
it was going to be the Rams, Niners? I'm debating. I'm debating the Cardinals and the Seahawks.
No, we're arguing about who's coming in last. I just want to throw that out there.
You didn't put McCaffrey.
I'm debating the Cardinals and the Seahawks. I didn't say anything about the 49ers. I said the 49ers will finish behind
That's
the
why I
Rams.
said I was going back to JB with the question because it sort of come down to, you know, saying the weapons we do know that's out there. Ayuk, is he coming back healthy? Kittle, is he can still be traded out. McCaffrey obviously is good for 2 to 4 games until he sits out too. And Purdy, don't look at me like that because he will.
No, but that was my point.
Right.
The point that John Marshall just made. The Cardinals, they were confusing the team. Like they didn't suck, but they weren't good either. Like
And that's what I was. That's what I was getting at. I was getting at the main problem that the Cardinals have is Kyler Murray, and it's not because he's a bad quarterback or a terrible quarterback. Is because half the time he can't see what's going on, and by the time he get the ball and he can see past people, the defense right in his face, so he have to use his legs more often than not. And a lot of times he get the ball and just take off because he can't see what's going on anyway. That's not to say he's not a good quarterback, because we've seen time and time again that he can go out there and win a game with his legs. But Marvin Harrison won't get the ball because he's not throwing it as much as he probably could be because he can't see nothing.
Look, we saw Sam Darnold play his best football last year, but that's knowing Justin Jefferson was downfield somewhere. Jackson Smith and Jigba is about 60% of what Jefferson is going to give you, which is a compliment because he has talent. But they're losing 2 wide receivers. I think they picked up somebody, though. I'm forgetting who they picked up at wide receiver, which we're going to give them credit for that. But Seattle is going to come down to if Kenneth Walker can stay healthy. Can the backup Chardonnay Cooper Kupp? There we go.
Cooper Kupp.
Speaking of healthy, can he stay healthy? So it's going to come down to
even when he was healthy, he didn't look like the Cooper Kupp that
Stafford wasn't throwing it to him. Period. He had
they had Puka, so it was like we don't really need your Cooper.
But
we got Puka now.
To meet you halfway, I do agree with what Flex said because he wasn't getting open either.
Right.
2-3 years ago, Kupp got open every chance he got.
Exactly.
So
turned into a blocker.
Yeah, so it's different now. As Puka's like he's going to get himself open.
Yeah, and they got Mr. Drops a lot too.
So the Rams are going to be around.
Seahawks did. They got Mr. Drops a lot.
MVS.
Yeah, you know I don't call him by his name. That's Mr. Drops a lot.
He's going to be irrelevant in that offense. Darnold is going to have to use Cooper short and Jigba long, and hope he doesn't throw a pick 6 every game.
You don't still have Tyler Lockett?
No, Tyler Lockett's a free agent right now.
They let him go.
That's crazy.
He was let go before DK got traded.
Yep.
That's crazy work right there.
Yep. Thank you for your 13 years of service, but you got to go.
Right. He was the one who kept them in a lot of them games, catching them little short.
It's not like he was costing them a lot of money. I think he was only making like $6-7 million. Like
it was 7. Yeah, but that was it. Yeah, that was 7. That was it.
Seemed like the perfect.
It's not that. I think they believe that they can just get better, and then Geno Smith was like, "I want out," and then everything just kind of
cascaded
up their mindset because they were trying to build.
Geno didn't even ask out; they just traded him.
No, he did ask out. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. When they traded DK, Geno Smith wanted out. Like, who's he going to throw to? Lockett's gone. DK's gone. Geno Smith asked out. He didn't ask to go to the Raiders, but he asked out. So, either way, would you rather have Geno Smith or Sam Darnold? KB?
Pass.
Who or who? Who or who?
Geno Smith or Sam Darnold?
Geno, because he knew that offense. That I mean that's my and
I feel like that's why Pete
Geno did
Carroll.
not ask to be traded.
Yeah, Geno didn't ask to be traded, but I think that's why Pete Carroll wanted him because Geno will come in knowing.
Offense, right? He didn't ask to be traded though.
Well, he wasn't against it, which is a good thing because obviously when a team is falling apart,
Go to a system that you're familiar with.
yeah, but Raiders got no talent around him other than Brock Bowers, best tight end in the game, quite possibly, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but they
Yes,
I
better
know
than George,
everybody's got Giannis
Yeah,
doing
better than George Kittle. Don't give me that look. I'll say it right now, Brock Bowers is better than George Kittle.
I wasn't even thinking about George Kittle, but they did go to the same school. I was thinking about Sam Laporta, but okay.
No, they didn't. Brock Bowers went to Georgia.
I know. I'm talking Sam Laporta and George Kittle, fool.
Where did Sam Laporta come from, though?
I was thinking about Sam Laporta when he said Brock Bowers. I wasn't thinking about George Kittle as the best tight end in the league. Keep up, guy.
I'll take Brock Bowers over Sam Laporta, and I'll tell you why. I don't remember who was throwing it for the Raiders last year, and Brock Bowers had the most receptions.
Brock Bowers did.
So I don't even know who was throwing it for. At least
Sam Laporta took some games off.
Jared Goff was good for Sam Laporta. At least that was a tight end, But either way, when you got Amon St. Brown,
come on, man.
What is wrong with y'all?
We're looking at what John Marshall just put. Come on, man. All right, I get it.
Yeah, that one.
I get it. All right.
Hey, we back up our fans out there. We support you guys. Not necessarily for what you say, but what you do. We support you guys.
Let's go.
Jeez. Yes, we understand that was your school. You went to them in 1977. We get it. Just kidding.
You ain't kidding.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am. But since we're on the debate,
like I was saying, the Raiders, they picked 6. They can arguably go get the best receiver not named Travis Hunter at 6.
And who's that?
T-Mac from Arizona. I can't say his name, his first name.
Yeah, no, I know you're talking about. Yeah, me neither.
Whoever they feel is the best receiver. That's what I was getting at. Whoever they feel the best receiver is not named Travis Hunter, they'll be in position to get that person. That's what I was saying.
I'm gonna tell you who they are.
Get their wide receiver 1, whoever they feel like that is.
I'm gonna tell you who they are going to pick up, and you heard it here first. This is where Genty falls into place.
Yeah, I feel like that's where that's where I think they're gonna go. But I'm just saying if they wanted to,
because Zamir White shit the bed last year.
Yeah.
McCormick filled in nice though for him.
I just want him to take him before the Cowboys get there.
I agree to that too. Anybody but the Cowboys. I hope the Cowboys sleep on the pick, and then everybody has to skip them. But either way,
they go pick a defensive tackle.
Yeah, I know. I see, and it's what they need a defensive tackle. If we're being honest, the Cowboys does have needs.
They pick a punter.
No, I think they go. I think they try to find somebody to run with CeeDee Lamb. I think they look for another receiver. Or
15 yards.
Tyler Warren from Penn State, the tight end. I like that fit.
They got tight ends. There's nothing wrong with their tight ends. Ferguson and Hendershot. No, Hendershot with the Chiefs. Ferguson is not a bad.
Warren is more mismatch oriented. He can play all over.
Right. I don't think the passing game is a problem per se. Jalen Tolbert showed to be a number 2.
No.
They don't have Brandon Cooks anymore. Who went to New Orleans.
Saints.
Yeah.
Back where it all started.
I thought
See, well, look, I got to leave for a second.
what?
What was that?
That.
The
Whoa.
hell?
No,
What is happening?
we don't know what's going on, but
Hold on. He
we
getting
want to
kidnapped.
hear it. We want to
He
hear it.
kidnapped.
We want to hear it.
He kidnapped y'all.
The game will start. Look, JPP put Florida basketball on in the comments, and I forgot the game started at 6:39.
I was just
So
about
I
to
had
say,
to.
I was literally
I had to go grab the remote.
No, my next comment was we literally have 2 games tonight in NCAA March Madness.
Goodness
That's where I was
gracious.
going with. So I was going to
That
remind
was
you,
so uncalled for.
Alabama BYU, which I got BYU winning.
I don't know why you so excited. They losing tonight anyway.
And you got the Florida Gators playing the Maryland Terrapins. I know that the picture shows a turtle, but what is a terrapin? Is it a turtle?
It's a turtle.
Yeah.
Only because that's the mascot, but is it really like? Have
Yeah.
you ever seen one with your own eyes?
A terrapin is a turtle.
Have you ever seen one with your own eyes? That's my question.
Type of turtle, sir.
No, a tortoise.
Have you ever seen a turtle?
A tortoise.
A tortoise is not a type of turtle. A tortoise is a tortoise. It's a different thing.
It's a tortoise that got shot in the ass. Now he became a tortoise.
What's
what a turtle-
going on here? What are we
That's
doing?
a turtle.
What's going on here?
A turtle on steroids is a tortoise. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Yes, you're wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sorry,
100%.
I went to public school, so
In New Jersey.
I didn't have
said
a PS before my school, but
I said it.
either way.
Damn New Jersey schooling.
Hey, we didn't have freaking drowning alerts every other day when I went to school. Just want to
What?
put that out there.
What the hell? Who have drowning alerts?
You in New Orleans.
Whoa,
What?
sir. That's racist. That's racist, sir.
It's
We do
not.
not have drowning alerts every day. That's very racist,
Hey,
sir.
I seen the documentaries. I'm just saying.
You bringing Katrina into this? Oh my God.
No, the one before that one.
What is happening? What are y'all? Whoa,
That is so racist.
Whoa.
It's
How are we going from
uncalled
basketball to drowning? Like,
He's
what's going on?
He started.
Focus.
He said New Jersey
Focus.
didn't have good education.
Focus.
I am.
They don't.
You can if we're talking about drowning and
So
turtles.
uncalled for.
Like, how do we?
I will admit that we're not the brightest considering they call our New Jersey teams from New York. So I'll meet you halfway. I get it. They're not the brightest.
Ay.
So I throw that out there. Peace? Are we in peace now? Or should I defer this conversation to another day?
I
don't know, man.
I don't even know
I
what's
don't know,
going
man.
on.
You're not in like warning right now. You're safe, right? It's not raining. It's supposed to rain this weekend there.
I don't even know what's
I
going
know.
on right now.
That's just man. Man.
I'm lost. I don't know.
I'm so disappointed now.
What's happening right now?
I'm so disappointed in you.
Florida Gators, who are supposed to be in water, and Maryland Turtles, who might not be in water. I don't understand because I don't know what a terrapin is. I really don't.
They're all dinosaurs and they are turtles.
Well, maybe my son knows more than I do, obviously. Which number 1 seed goes down in the next 2 days? I'll say that. Or goes down first?
Ask the hater.
That'll be you, JB.
I'm not hating. I'm just telling you what it is. Florida go lose. You asked
You've
me.
been saying that since the opening round.
What?
You've been saying that since the opening round.
Oh, I said that they were going to win the first 2 rounds and then they were going to lose. That's what I said.
I think Auburn's going to be the first one to go down. I don't know when that's going to be, but I think they'll be the first one to go down.
So, let me pull up the bracket here because I don't want to speak out of my ass. Are they losing in the Sweet 16 or they're losing in the Elite 8?
If Michigan State wins, like I think they'll beat Michigan. I think Auburn beats Michigan and loses to Michigan State.
I got Michigan State beating Auburn in the Elite Eight. So that was my pick. Before, that's public knowledge. If you signed up for the March,
if you signed up to win $100, which our viewers obviously don't like money, free money.
Duke has Arizona. Houston has Purdue, and Purdue has been playing nice lately.
Yeah, but I think Houston. I think Houston does enough to win against Purdue.
And then they got Kentucky or Tennessee next, which is more likely Tennessee.
Right, and I got them losing in the next round. I got them losing to Kentucky, though.
JB? What number one seed goes down first?
I told you.
Seriously.
That was my pick. I'm serious.
So you got them losing to the Turtles tonight?
Yes.
Okay. You're sticking to that?
Yes.
You're sticking to
As a matter of fact, I feel like me and the big fella had put something on it.
You put a bottle down that
on Alabama losing.
On Alabama.
Oh, it was on Alabama losing. That's what happened
to the tournament, right? That's what the whole tournament, which is weird to me.
No,
it was weird.
I think it was in the Elite Eight.
It was a weird bet. It was a weird bet.
I can't remember exactly.
We gotta look at.
You're not gonna remember, so it don't matter.
But we can't ask the chef right now because he's among the police. He's not. He will plead the fifth right now if we ask him.
Don't say nothing. People ain't supposed to know. Oh, and also, a terrapin is a semi-aquatic turtle, so it can go in and out of water.
Come in the water.
Yeah, they live 26 to 40 years.
So they're safe in New Orleans. Got it.
Yeah. See, you know what? You know what?
What? I gotta stay true to character. Isn't that what you've been doing the last month?
Oh my God, he's been annoying.
You goddamn New Jerseyan.
Hey.
I cannot stand you Goombas out there in New Jersey.
Whoa, those are the Italians.
We're getting away from sports again. We're getting away from sports.
Those are the Italians.
Y'all got one of them out there too, don't y'all?
Getting away from sports again.
Who?
What's the quarterback name? DeVito?
Tommy Cutlets.
What up, Ken?
Tommy Cutlets. Which is gonna be the odd man out when the Giants draft quarterback sometime this draft. Either way,
we wanted people to sign up 3 times. We only sent it out one time. We sent out one bracket. What do you mean 3 times?
What are you talking about?
I'm reading comments.
We're looking at the comments right now. We like to talk to our constituents.
If you wanted people to sign up 3 times, no, I sent out the same bracket maybe 3 times.
Sending out reminders.
Yeah, but
y'all don't know how to listen the first time. It's y'all fault.
One bracket to the public.
I don't see the comments.
The 4 of us, we have it's on.
I don't see it. I'm just talking about what he's talking.
Hey, well, one thing we do know is Alabama State wasn't winning from the beginning. Like we all knew that much.
Hey, who picked them?
Let me tag her.
Whoever picked that person.
We're not all knowing, but what we did know was Alabama State was not winning past the round of 64.
Whoever picked that team is dumb.
So you wanted people to sign up YouTube and no. We want to, in order to be in the tournament, be eligible for the money, you had to subscribe to our YouTube page. You were already a member of our Facebook page, so all you had to do was subscribe to the YouTube page and fill out a bracket. So don't do that.
Damn. But you call me a heel.
Yeah, I'm.
How's that being a heel?
We talk better. We talk better to our.
Goodness gracious.
How's that being a heel? That's checking an incorrect statement.
You're a sassy little butterfly tonight.
Boy, shut up.
Oh, but I'm a heel when I tell you to shut up. When I tell you to shut your ass.
Oh, hilarious.
Stupid ass Braves fans.
Oh, what? That's your fault for having a conversation with who messes that. But either way.
You're right. That's
your fault. That's why I stopped.
That's why.
Oh.
You're right. That's why I stopped.
Baseball started today. The draft is Thursday, so a month from today, technically. Basketball is 10 days away. Since we're talking about a turtle lives on water, a tortoise lives on land. A turtle's not a tortoise. It's not hard to understand. Wow, John Marshall is the poet.
Dropping bars.
I guarantee you, he didn't mean to make that rhyme, but I just spit it for him. That's okay. That's what rap was. That's what rap was in 1977 in the University of Georgia. So that's okay.
Look that up on Google.
It is okay. And hopefully he do know that we tell jokes on this show. Just want to throw that out there. With that being said, though, the NBA season is down to this last 10 games.
Finally. Jeez.
And taken away from the glory of those last 10 games is the beef between LeBron and Stephen A. What's up with that? Y'all talk to me. Who's right? Who's wrong? Ain't nobody fighting, but we all want to talk crap on the show.
That's one of them. That's one of them we don't really cares.
What's up with that?
The worst and dumbest beef ever.
Who cares about either one of
them? If he'd have put his hands on me, I was gonna swing on him. Boy, if you don't go sit your big forehead ass.
He was gonna headbutt him, maybe. LeBron posted today on the X, which is Twitter, not on his X, because I'm pretty sure he's been with Savannah since he was like 14. But
according to the movie.
Yeah, well, I ain't see a movie. What movie? Space Jam 2?
No, they had something that came out about his life on Hulu.
I don't watch those.
Yeah.
My sister probably lost some brain cells watching that. She is from New Jersey. See, I'm meeting you halfway. But with that being said, LeBron posted today on the X/Twitter, Stephen A. in his boxing gloves, a picture. And every person on the Lakers liked it and retweeted it.
Of course they did.
So what?
They don't want to be the next to get traded.
What? Yeah, you're right about that one. Even Dalton Connect was like, no, let me make sure.
he came out and was like, I was so surprised by that trade. And then Markieff Morris was like, yeah, he told him that he wanted my brother included in the trade. So which one was it, bro? Which one was it, sir? That dude just lied for no reason.
If you look at the Eastern standings, those ain't changing. They might move from 7 to 10. Those teams might switch, but the top 6 ain't changing. My concern is, and there's a couple concerns here, and it's a serious matter right now. Dame Lillard has a blood clot himself that hasn't really been talked about that much in the news media. They're sitting at 6 right now, and the Knicks are sitting at 3 without Jalen Brunson, who got injured a few weeks back. Without both of the point guards, is that a series you want to watch? Cat versus Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Who are you talking to?
You spoke. Go ahead. I'm a drink.
Knicks and the Bucks. Are you asking if that's a series we want to watch?
It's looking right now. That's 3 and 6, and it looks like it's gonna be without Dame and without Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson will be back before the playoffs start. I'm pretty sure of it. Dame, they haven't ruled him out for the season yet, but I doubt he would be back in time for their first round playoff.
Right. No, them blood clots. Same thing that happened to Wemby. Same thing that happened to Chris Bosh before that. That's not something to play with.
I don't know. I don't think I was gonna watch it even if they were both there. If that makes sense. Like it wasn't must see even if they both were there for me.
So you ain't trying to see playoff Dame? You ain't trying to see Dame time?
I said what I said.
Hater.
So I'm confused. So you won't watch
I'll watch, but
So
you
won't
said
watch
it's a must see.
So
You said it's a must see.
So you won't watch playoff basketball outside of Celtics.
No, don't do that. That's not what. Don't put words in my mouth.
No. I'm
Trash.
asking the hard hitting questions.
That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard him say it. That's a trash answer from a trash person. He likes the Celtics. They're trash.
Who the fuck you calling trash?
You snooze.
Next question, JB. I'm coming straight to you. Are the Cleveland Cavaliers and the OKC Thunder legitimate number one seeds going through the playoffs, not into the playoffs? Because we know regular season Cavs and regular season Thunder is one thing. We're talking about playoffs. Thunder and playoffs Cavaliers.
I think OKC is. The Cavs, I think they go have an issue with those very same Celtics that Flex was just talking about. I don't think we will see them be a number one seed going through the playoffs.
Fleck?
I like the Thunder. I think the Thunder are going to win the championship. That's how I feel about them. Like, that team is complete. They play together, offense and defense. Like, I love that team.
Follow-up question. We have seen how they play in a series, not regular season.
We haven't seen them play the way that they've been playing this year.
We saw them last year playing the way they were.
We haven't seen them play. You can't ask the question and then answer it for me.
I'm saying, weren't they the top seed last year?
I can't remember.
At least number two. I think they fell up.
Offense and defense. They're top, 5 on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Like,
for some reason, these teams don't play the same when it gets to the playoffs.
Cleveland, I'm not 100% sold on Cleveland, but that Thunder team.
Okay, I'll ask you this because I'm sure you got the Celtics going to the finals. So I'm gonna take a step back.
Why are you sure of that?
No, don't ask the host. Don't answer the question with a question.
But there you go, putting words in my mouth, though.
No, I'm meeting you halfway with this question. Do you have the Cavaliers playing in Eastern Conference Finals?
Yes.
See, because the next question: do you believe they can beat the Celtics?
It'll be a good series.
He's so full of poop. That's what I was trying to avoid. I was trying to avoid this banter right here because I already know what you're gonna think. So I didn't want to go there.
What am I gonna think? What am I thinking?
Go there. You got the Celtics and the Thunder in the finals, and you got the Thunder beating the Celtics in the finals.
I got the who? I got what?
Celtics and Thunder.
And then you said I got who?
The Thunder winning.
So how's that? So what's wrong?
I didn't say that was biased. I was talking about the Eastern Conference was biased. See, catch up with me.
It's biased, even if that's what I feel.
He only said the Thunder win it, so we wouldn't say he was biased.
Shut up. The Pelicans, are they still in the league?
Going something I already know the answer to.
Yeah, he's biased. We can't trust it. We can't trust his thoughts. Let's not talk to him about basketball.
10 games left in the season for the NBA. They usually start around mid-April. Is the playoffs, I believe, April 15th, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'm just talking off the top of my head like I always do. Who is your finals competitors? Not. So, JB, I already know Flex answer. JB, do you believe it's Boston versus Thunder? Two-part question. Do you believe, two-part question, same thing I asked Flex. Who is your final competitors, and do you believe the Cavaliers will make it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I think the Cavaliers can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that, as crazy as it sounds, I think the Eastern Conference will be a tougher road to hold than the Western Conference. But I think they can make it. It just depends on which Cavaliers team decides to show up. But I do think it'll come down to the Cavs and the Celtics in the East. And I, it's a toss up for me as which one of those teams is gonna come out the Eastern Conference. It can be either one of them. They both playing pretty good basketball, but I'm on. Which team will lose to the Thunder? I do think the Celtics will pull it off in the end and beat them in a 7-game series, and that's gonna make them too tired to be able to beat the Thunder in the finals, and the Thunder will win the NBA Finals in 5 games. It's gonna be 4-1 Thunder.
One last NBA question before we close out. How far do you guys have the Lakers? JB?
I was watching First Take today, and Molly asked the question about the Lakers losing their dominance, and Kendrick Perkins just went absolutely crazy. He was like, first of all, Molly, who said the Lakers were dominant? The only team that's dominant is OKC, and he just went crazy. But
he's a LeBron fan, that's why.
LeBron unfollowed him. He blocked LeBron after he said something bad about LeBron once. But I think the Lakers barely make it to the second round and lose in the second round. I don't see them making it past that. I noticed LeBron came back from his quote unquote injury, and they immediately went to losing. They won the game yesterday, but they immediately went to losing when he came back. So yeah, I think they barely make it to the second round as they've gone down this little tumble that they went down. So
second round, got it. Fleck?
They'll lose in the second round.
Second round. I believe it'll be the Nuggets in the second round, I think. As they stand right now. There's no telling how that goes. I think they're losing, though. If I'm being honest with you, I think they're losing so they can play Memphis in the first round and not go to
I think they want to see Memphis.
Ja Morant is battling some little knick-knack injuries here and there, but we'll see how
everybody is at this point in the season.
Well, he sat out last Friday, so in the spirit of the chef not being here today, I do have a trivia question. With it being opening day of baseball, only one catcher in the history of Major League Baseball has ever led off the game with a home run. Catcher. You guys got any idea who that is?
No.
Was it from this century?
Yes.
I'll say, because Rob be asking shit from the 1940s. Be like,
it's about as current as it gets.
Will Smith?
That's the good guess, but no. Led off the game.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Only one catcher in the history of the 200 years or whatever it is of baseball. Only one catcher has ever led off the game with a home run.
Who's that dude in Houston?
That's a great question. Maldonado was the catcher for a while there. Fleck?
I don't know.
Oh, I gotta pull up the teams.
Googling, that's cheating.
No, I'm not Googling. I just pulled up the standings so I can see the teams. Like, I can't just call out these players off the top of my head. I have no clue.
Well, it happened today. And his name is Austin Wells of the Yankees because it's never been done ever in the history.
Drew?
Austin Wells of the Yankees.
You know what?
No, it's a legit trivia question because it's never been done before. That's the intriguing part about all of it.
Snooze. Fleck, I had to snooze him. I'm sorry. I don't. That was ridiculous. No, I don't like it. All right, you back now. You got snoozed.
Well, it's a trivia question that's going to be asked 20, 30 years from now. It's never been done before.
Who's gonna ask that trivia question? Nobody cares
Rob.
about the Yankees.
Rob, while he's working in a cop car, cutting greens at the same time.
He will ask. He will ask that 50 years from now.
I don't even know who the hell Austin Wells is, so why would I guess that?
He's a catcher for the Yankees. Nobody knows who he is.
Before he answered that?
Well, our producer, you can take us out, sir.
All right. Well, y'all know how we say it. Some people like football, basketball, and baseball. Others like hockey, soccer, and NASCAR. But right here, all sports matter.